6:52 a.m. Thanks for joining us. No one was injured after a pilot is forced to make an emergency landing at the Bismarck Airport around 6:20 Sunday night.
The Highway Patrol says a Cessna aircraft was traveling from the Bismarck area to Detroit Lakes, Minnesota when it experienced electrical difficulties in the air. The pilot was struggling to get the landing gear to work and had to land the plane on its belly at the Bismarck Airport. Authorities say there were no injuries to the 54-year-old pilot or 53-year-old passenger, both from Bismarck, but the plane sustained damage to its undercarriage and wing. The FAA will investigate what happened.
Two Minot men are facing charges after an incident involving gunshots where one of the shots hit a home in Minot, although no one was hurt. Minot police say officers responding to reports of a fight saw 21-year-old Michael Dennis. The second fired several shots. Dennis was arrested and is facing several felony charges, including being a felon in possession of a firearm. Meanwhile, police say a vehicle took off from the scene of the shooting incident and was stopped a short time later, where its driver, 25-year-old Stephen Stewart, was arrested and charged with fleeing, driving under suspension, and other crimes. Police continue to investigate the incident that happened at about 2 a.m. Sunday in northwest Minot.
Birth defects are one of the many risks pregnant women face if they come in contact with the Zika virus.
And Caitlin Werning is joining us now live in studio to tell us more. Caitlin.
The most common Zika-related birth defect is microcephaly. It's a permanent condition that disrupts the growth of a baby's head. The baby is oftentimes born with a skull that is smaller than normal. I talked with Dr. Kathy Perk about the Zika-related birth defect. She told me microcephaly is not very common. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say numbers vary. Out of 10,000 babies, 2 to 12 are born with microcephaly. But the exact cause of the birth defect is still unknown. Dr. Perk believes there will be a vaccination for Zika sooner than later, but for now, she says she thinks cases of Zika in North Dakota will be sporadic.
I think the good news for us, though, is that our mosquitoes, what we know right now, the mosquitoes we have in North Dakota are not the same type of mosquitoes that carry Zika. There are places in the United States that have those mosquitoes, but currently we have no confirmed cases that any of our mosquitoes carry it.
Researchers are still studying the link between the Zika virus and microcephaly, but the CDC says Zika can cause other birth defects as well, such as hearing loss, eye defects, and impaired growth. Back to you, Amber and Jim.
All right, thank you so much, Caitlin. In politics, the Democratic National Convention is already off to a dramatic start. The party chair announced a diminished role at the convention and her resignation amid controversy over leaked emails. This as Bernie Sanders supporters rally for one of Sanders' main priorities, climate change. In downtown Philadelphia, Stacy DeSilva has more.
Bernie Sanders supporters from his home state of Vermont and around the country not giving up the fight to put the senator in the White House.
I've admired him from day one, when he first took the mayoral race in Burlington.
I'm hoping the delegates will make him the nominee instead of Hillary.
Why is that?
Because he's against the TPP for so many reasons, because he cares about the climate, because he's not a warlord.
I'm going to hope and work until the superdelegates vote. I think they'd be making a gigantic mistake to choose Hillary over Bernie.
The climate change march through downtown Philadelphia Sunday focused on fracking.
No more fracking, no more war.
Something Sanders and his supporters are against. That includes a delegate from North Dakota, where fracking has boomed the production of oil and gas.
Why did they come in and drill so fast and so furiously before our state could even get its whole handle around it?
This protest on the heels of emails leaked from the Democratic National Committee exposing a possible bias towards Sanders' opponent, Hillary Clinton, during the primary season.
I think it's outrageous, but it is not a great shock to me.
His supporters also not shocked.
It's not a surprise. We knew the cards were stacked against Bernie from the start, and that's why we're here.
We want a better tomorrow. We want to see change and revolution in our own party. We believe in our party, but we want to see our party do better.
All these Bernie Sanders supporters, I'm sure, excited to hear what he has to say on the convention stage tomorrow night in Philadelphia. For your local election headquarters, I'm Stacy DeSilva.
The DNC convention starts today at the Pennsylvania Convention Center in Philadelphia.
Now, our very own Johnny Mangano is reporting from Philadelphia this week. Pretty cool.
Yeah, but instead of political coverage, he's on Wentz Watch. And I've always wanted to say this. Here's Johnny.
Philadelphia is an absolute maze right now with both the Democratic National Convention starting today and Philadelphia Eagles training camp. It's just a little bit crowded here in the city of brotherly love. And crowded, you could say, is the quarterback competition for the Eagles. You have Sam Bradford, Chase Daniel, and of course Carson Wentz. Now, Coach Doug Peterson said Wentz will probably be inactive on game days this season. That's barring any injuries to Bradford and Daniel. I'll be here today and tomorrow with reports from training camp and Carson Wentz, and just to see how he's getting acclimated to the first couple days of training camp. From Philadelphia, I'm Johnny Mangano. Back to you guys.
That is so cool, and I've actually been tweeting him, kind of giving him some guff. I was asking him if he's had a lot of cheesesteaks so far already.
Yeah.
He said only one.
What a fun assignment. Great place to be sent.
Very cool.
Yes, indeed. And, you know, we've actually seen some tweets from Carson Wentz as well. And it's actually part of our Twitter poll as well. And one of the tweets that Carson sent out, it said, "First NFL training camp, let the fun begin. Hashtag fly Eagles fly."
And then the Eagles also tweeting out that rookies and selected vets will be on the field at 8:40 a.m. So a lot to look forward to this morning.
Yes, and then Johnny Mangano, of course, tweeted it well. And he said, just a little bit backed up heading into the Philly hashtag Wentz Watch. Man, he's packed already. So
I'm thinking something's going on there that's giving them traffic.
Yeah,
there's some kind of party going on, I think.
Things going on.
Just a few events,
which,
no big deal.
You know, let's take a look at our Twitter poll. We asked you, what are you most excited to see from Philadelphia? And you answered, of course, Carson Wentz leading the pack, 52% weighing in on that.
Interesting that I Love Both doesn't have any yet. So
Yeah, some people saying won't watch either, but you know, Carson Wentz, a lot of big fans out there, so we're excited to see what's going on. And the weather here looking to be pretty nice.
Your forecast, your farmers forecast today calling for highs in the upper 80s to low 90s. Dew points not too bad today. They won't be as sticky as we felt before. Light and variable wind, and a chance for severe weather later on. In fact, a 30% chance for storms this afternoon, and some of those may turn severe. That's something we'll be tracking this afternoon into the evening hours. Temperatures for the next several days cooling down. In fact, upper 70s for your Wednesday forecast. Here's your southern 7-day forecast. Cooling off there again, warming back up for the weekend. So taking a dip this week, not too bad. No, a lot of people want to be outside for the state fair, and it's not going to be as humid, but we are going to have several chances for some storms this week. Nothing widespread right now, at least is what I see. So that's something we'll be tracking as thousands of folks outside visiting the State Fair Center. So that's something, again, we'll be tracking. Warming up for the weekend, hot July temperatures back again.
Excellent. Thanks, Amber.
Thank you so much for watching. Good day, Dakota.
CBS This Morning is next.